Oh, season's greetings, everyone. This is Mudstomp Souls, and just to celebrate the current season, I've decided to do a puzzle based around that. So it's a 1,000-piece puzzle. I'm kind of eager to have a go at it, just because it's a lot of vibrant colours and so forth. So I'm going to see how it all breaks up and whatnot. And yeah, that's it. Basically, it's a Waddington's puzzle. It says Waddington's of London. So given that I'm in Australia, I'm guessing someone ordered this overseas in previous years. I, however, got it from the op shop, like so many of mine. Is $1 for the puzzle. One edge piece missing, unfortunately, but assuming it's all still there after I bought it. But that's okay. That's cool. I don't mind. It's a cheap puzzle. It's fun to do as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to get into it, see how it goes. I'm going to sort it out first, check out our sorting, and then we'll go from there. So hope you enjoy the video, and keep an eye out. I'm going to give you some suggestions for some seasons-based movies that I really enjoy with my family around this time. So check out the info as we go along. All right. Alrighty then, so I finished sorting this. To be honest, it seemed like it took too long, but anyway, there's like 14 piles or something, so let's have a look at what we've got. This is basically all the wood pieces, so actually let me start over here. I'll go in order. So this is the first pile I wanted to identify, which is all the blues, because there's significant blues, but they're sort of small areas, things like that. So I went with all the dark blues, and then I thought I'll take all the light blues out, the aquatype blues. So that's those two piles. Then following those color differences, I went and put all the light, flame, whatever, candle, I don't know what they are. Yeah, fire and the candle place yellows out. And then we had, basically I started thinking about what else I could put out, and I got the clock faces, and then I had the balls of yarn, and then I thought I'll do all the stringy bits because they're pretty obvious. And then it was sort of like having reds out, and then reds and greens, and then just greens, and then people's faces and so forth, hands and faces, and then basically white fluffy bits, which are either beard or just parts of Santa's outfit that are just white. And then we ended up with a bit of purples left over. The edges were already bagged because it's an op shop buy, so that was great. Billy, stop hitting the tree. And then, yes, so that left basically all the browns that don't have coloured bits in them, but it's all background and whatnot. And then this was my little miscellaneous pile. So yeah, the sort went pretty well. So I'm going to get into it, and we'll see how this puzzle turns out. I'm going to do it, I don't know, small piles first maybe, see what happens. Alright, well things are going a bit better than expected. I've completed quite a few bits. So the light blue sort of stuff got done, the purpley stuff, sorry for the reflections, just late at night and it's the best I've got at the moment. The dark blue stuff got done. I had to go at the reds and whites, not as successful as I hoped, but it's got a chunk there, it'll be alright to deal with. And then yeah, that was the string pile and the balls of yarn and the clocks and the lights. I've got these piles left basically, so greens and green reds, face hands, white bits, the miscellaneous pile which has grown because a lot of this has come from the other piles, and all the browns. I've also got obviously the edge pieces over here. So next up I think I'm going to build the edge pieces, and then I'm going to transfer the edge pieces onto one board and put all these bits in place, and then start sort of going from there. I'm probably, I don't know, try and do these greens and green reds and the faces and that, and then come back to the reds I think. And then once I've got that done, probably do the browns as best I can, and then finally finish off with the miscellaneous. So yeah, it's going well. I am enjoying it. It's actually been quite fun. Like finding where bits go has been pretty straightforward for the most part. Usually, like when I was doing this, I picked up on sort of like a lighter blue compared to say the jumper bits. And obviously these icons, all the ducks and things on every sort of thing is actually becoming, made it easier to figure out which jumper's which and things like that. There's also something to do with all of these, which I'll talk about towards the end of the video, but yes, stay tuned for that, because there's, maybe you can guess by the fact that there's all these different birds and some other things. So yeah. All right, so Christmas puzzle going well. Let me get this finished up. Okay, well, that's that one finished. It was a lovely puzzle to do, to be honest. I found that there was a lot more going for it than I realised. I was a bit worried about all the wood pieces and stuff. Basically left that towards the end just because of that. But the interesting thing was, once I had all those main bits in, so like the fire and the candle, the jumpers and things like that, it was that kind of thing where it became a really interesting solve because there was only minor bits to fill in around everything. And in particular, like, I didn't realize it until I started doing it, but there's like grains for like each desktop and corner and things like that that really gave a lot of detail to the whole puzzle, even in just the wood parts. So, all right, sorry about that. Got interrupted by a child. So going back to what I was saying. So as I was saying, the wood sections I left to last because I was a bit worried about all of that, and essentially doing all of the jumpers, the blue bits, the light, the aqua bits, then sort of the reds and things, pinkish sort of parts and stuff. It ended up being something that it was a lot of it was done, but it meant there was very little bits to sort of patch in between, which it's funny. I've realized that doing a larger puzzle has gotten my head skewed in the idea of like an area in a picture is a lot of pieces, whereas in a 1,000-piece puzzle, it's not. And it meant that basically like all the details, like the top of a desk line or an archway, like above the Santa and so forth, meant that those pieces could actually be picked out relatively well once I did most of the other areas. So yeah, overall, it was it was a nice puzzle to do in that regard. There was a lot of detail to go off, and it was just really fun to do. I couldn't pick it up. I did try, but it's just too loosely together, unfortunately, but that's fine. One thing I've realized too, when I complete a puzzle, I'm always rubbing my hands over it. I don't know why. It's just like, it's almost like a sensory thing, I guess, but it does definitely mean, if I'm rubbing my hands a lot, it's very, it's really sort of akin to how much I've enjoyed the puzzle. The more I rub, the more it's like I'm really enjoying the puzzle. But that's that basically. An extra thing that I love about this puzzle, obviously it's a Christmas puzzle and so forth, but they give you this certificate with it, which this ended up being my best picture to do the puzzling off. Quite small, but on the back of it, they give you a list to do with the 12 days of Christmas and what matches up in the photo. So I don't know how well you can see it from here because I can't pick the puzzle up, and I've taken it off a board to pack it up basically without thinking. But they've got like the partridge in a pear tree, you've got the turtle dove over here, the French hen up here in this one, the calling bird down here, the golden rings, the swan swimming here. We've then got the maid a milking, and then the ladies dancing, the lords are leaping, the Pied Piper, and the drummers drumming. So it's really fit in a lot of Christmas detail in that regard, colours, themes, etc. And yeah, it ended up being a really lovely puzzle to do. Following this, post-Christmas, so this is probably going to be, this video should be out on the 25th. I'm going to probably put out my 2,000-piece puzzle solve at the new year. That's going to be my biggest puzzle to date. I've done that a while ago, but I haven't gotten the video going till now. And following that, I've got 2 projects in mind. I've got a bunch of stuff to do, but the main one I want to get into, I want to do a block build. So this is a Lego flower, the plum blossom, sorry. So that's probably going to be the follow-up video from that. And then I'm going to start on my 15,000 piece bag A for the Disney 100th anniversary puzzle that I bought a while ago. So yeah, that's kind of the plans for the next little bit. So yeah, again, as always, if you're still with me and you've been watching, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. If you haven't done any of those, please feel free to put some comments down. Maybe you'd like to talk about in a comment what's your favorite thing about Christmas, or the 12 days of Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll have another video out soon. Bye.